Hi folks! Another video of me chipping away at some of the questions I got for my first Tales of Kymir Q&A. At this rate, it will probably be a total of 4 videos for me to get through them all. Thanks to everyone who sent them in, I've been blown away by the engagement. It means so much to me that y'all like this project so much. So let's jump in. First question is, will you be adding any more fauna to Kymir, and if so, would you consider any recommendations or requests? I'm generally wary of requests since this is a copyrighted and published work and I don't want to run into any infringement issues. I do have some creatures that are collaborations or tributes to artists that have influenced me, but it simply can't accommodate all the requests that I get in. However, if someone has a general idea that they think will work, I will happily give it some consideration. I'm especially open to suggestions from experts and enthusiasts on clades that I know little to nothing about. By necessity, world builders often have a jack-of-all-trades mentality and a master of none, so if I've got a big niche open and there is an adaptable critter with a coinciding portal, I'll be much more likely to take that suggestion than I am to add something that doesn't really fit, like another apex predator. Do you plan on including dragons or dragon-like creatures in the world of Kymir? The Vanu and other flying thermocephalians from the Permian island are as close to pop culture dragons as I get. I won't rule out a demon or something that is closer to what Western readers would think of when they hear dragon, but that's a conversation for another time. The Kurojaku is in many ways inspired by the Long of Chinese folklore, and many other dinosaurs, such as the titanosaurs, dromaeosaurs, and megaraptorans, all have some draconic elements in their design and place in Kaimeran culture. Does Kymir have any more interesting deep water life forms that we can know about, especially fish and invertebrates? Lots! I've been fleshing out the known world, which doesn't really include the abyss, but as I go I am adding taxa here and there to the abyss, which heavily influences the nutrients of the inland sea from upwells, so it is relevant. What is the most prominent human population in Kymir? Follow-up. Will you ever do an outline of the various origin points of the humans of Kymir, like at what points, places, and time did they come from? The most prominent culture and trade are the people of the Free States. The nation with the largest population is the Chakati Empire, and the strongest army is the military of the Kadjareth Republic. All Kymerian humans of the known world share a common ancestor that came through the portal some 400,000 and 300,000 years ago. More on these guys in my next video. Are there any organisms from the Cambrian or Ordovician periods that still exist in Kymir or evolutionary descendants? As the portal was first established in the late Devonian, some 370 million years ago, any organisms from the Cambrian and Ordovician, which did not survive the extinction events of these periods or adapt to a new form, would not be eligible for Kaimeran harvest. Can climates and biomes in Kymir be compared to those found on Earth, and are there specific Kaimeran factors affecting climate too? In general terms, a lot of the Kaimeran biomes are comparable to those of Earth. Picardia, the Free States, and the Southern Islands all resemble the temperate rainforests of New Zealand and the western coast of USA. Kajar, the Kenturim Islands, and the Crescent are much like the Mediterranean, and the forests of the northern and western continents share much with the tropical rainforests of India and Central Africa. And the Hausa Prairie has much in common with the Serengeti and central United States. A major difference in climate between Kaimere and Earth is the sheer number of megafauna. Titanosaurs, large mosasaurs, and whales make exceptional carbon sinks. Basically, through eating a lot and living a long time, they trap carbon, which helps keep the climate stable. Trees are also efficient carbon sinks, and Kymir has a lot of forests on its surface. Another effect that titanosaurs have in addition to stabilizing the climate is that they function much like gardeners in the global ecosystem. To avoid eating too much of their favorite foods or damaging the roots from too much trampling, they regularly migrate. They clear paths, disperse the seeds of their preferred foods, and trample plants they don't want to eat. The rainforests of Kymir aren't as dense as jungles of Earth, rather they are defined by a lot of conifers with sections of open canopy and a lush understory of ferns. This may seem unique to Kymir now, but when sauropods lived on Earth, this likely happened too. A paper published earlier this year showed that this was the case with the Amazon region before the extinction of the dinosaurs. A combination of the meteor impact and the extinction of the gardeners wiped out this ecosystem and ushered in a denser, more deciduous, dominant rainforest we know today. As titanosaurs remain dedicated gardeners, Kaimeran rainforests are still majority conifers with verdant range of ferns below. They still give predators a setting for ambush, but it is still a different context compared to the dense rainforests common today. That is all for this little Q&A. I will have a regularly scheduled video on next Tuesday. That one is going to explore the human cultures of Kymir as per the request of my 14,000 follower Instagram giveaway winner. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope to see you all next week. Cheers, folks!